Welcome to Divine Love Tarot. I want to thank you for joining me, whether it's your first time or your return viewer subscriber. I hope that you find this message to resonate and that it's helpful. If you find that it doesn't resonate, just keep in mind that this is a general reading and it's not going to resonate with everyone, okay? You may also want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus because sometimes those planets are more prominent in your chart. Also, for the month of November, I will be doing my 5K giveaway. So guys, make sure that you watch the video that explains the giveaway, and in order to enter, you're gonna have to comment and be a subscriber, okay? So check out that video. I'll have links in all my November videos. Also, I'm offering live readings now, okay? You'll be able to do a live session with me via Chatalyze. So I'll be offering 2 sessions a week to start. So make sure you check that out. I'll also have links in all my videos for that too. And I'm doing extended readings again starting in November. So if you're interested in purchasing an extended reading for any of the videos that I have up, then go ahead and check out my Patreon site. That's where the extended readings will be. And I will also have a link to those videos in every video also. At any time, if you have any questions about anything I'm offering on the channel or whatever I'm doing, just check the About Me section because that's where I'll keep a log of everything. You'll be able to see the video chat sessions and times, links to Patreon, links to any giveaways that I'm doing. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hey, Leo, let's go ahead and get into your reading, okay? First card is going to represent your current energy, okay? And that is the Hierophant. All right, next card is going to represent what's crossing or challenging that energy, and that's the Sun in reverse. Next card represents the past, what you're coming out of. We've got the Eight of Cups, all right? Next card represents what you're going into. We've got the Seven of Cups. It seems like we're going backwards here. The next card represents what you want, Leo, and we've got Death in reverse. Death card was determined to come out because it flew out when I was shuffling also. All right, we've got the Death in reverse. What's motivating you, internal factors. We've got the Page of Cups. All right, next card represents the advice for this reading. We've got the Empress. All right, next card represents external factors. The Queen of Wands was also trying to come out. She came out in reverse. All right, next card represents your hopes or fears. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. And the next card represents the outcome for this reading. We've got the Fool in the reverse. All right, so starting with the Hierophant, okay? This represents conforming, okay? When I see this Hierophant, it's a few things. I feel like it's you know, it's the choice of doing what is right, doing what is expected, you know, it's about, you know, what society expects of us. I see the Hierophant, I think of marriage, I think of a married person, or, you know, along those lines. So the Hierophant here can indicate that, you know, it's time for you to do the next best thing, or what you think is the next right thing, whether that's getting married or whether that's getting engaged, or whether that's just you deciding if you really even need to do that, okay? Let me go ahead and clarify this, Hierophant. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus, or you may be dealing with someone who guides you, someone who is sort of a mentor, all right? Clarify that. We get the Two of Swords. Maybe you need, maybe you're unable to make this decision, okay? Maybe you're not sure. Maybe that's what's going on for you guys, Leo. You're trying to decide what the next thing is, okay? It's about being stuck, okay? Not wanting to choose, not wanting to think about it, not wanting to feel anything. So for some of you, you may be closing yourself off to someone who is a Taurus, all right? For some of you, you may be closing yourself off to the idea of, you know, conforming to society. You're like, listen, no, this is not what I want to do. I'm not ready to get married. Doesn't mean you don't want to be with this person, but you may not necessarily be ready to, do what everybody else, quote unquote, thinks is the right thing for you. Maybe you're dealing with someone who has that energy, someone who's not able to make that decision or not ready to make that decision yet. Okay. Also with the Two of Swords, it's about being fearful of being hurt. Okay, maybe you're afraid, maybe you've been married before, or maybe you're just afraid, maybe you've seen bad marriages and you're afraid to take that leap. Okay. Or maybe you're afraid to take the leap with this particular person, whether they're a Taurus or they're just someone who represents that authority figure to you, because you're afraid, of the outcome. You're afraid of the unknown. All right. The challenge is that with the Sun in reverse, it may be that you don't have the courage right now. You don't have the confidence. All right. Which is weird for Leo. Leo, that's unlike you, or maybe you're dealing with someone who doesn't have the confidence. Okay. Some of you may be dealing with another Leo. But it may just not be the best time. Okay. Maybe things are just not the best. Maybe communication is not the best. Maybe things are just not very positive right now. And so you just feel like, this is not the time for that, whether it's a discussion or whether it's a decision that needs to be made. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and clarify that Sun card in reverse. We've also got the World in reverse. So I definitely feel like it's a situation where the timing is not good. All right. Definitely a situation where there may be some options. For some of you, this may be a situation where you're more considering whether you should end this situation versus whether you should take things to the next level or you should make things more serious, okay? Moving on to this past energy you're coming out of, we got the Eight of Cups. So you're coming out of a situation where you weren't very happy, okay? You were disappointed or not satisfied with the state of affairs. For some of you, this may be a breakup. This may have been a breakup. So maybe you're returning to this person now and trying to decide if you're really going to do this, you know what I'm saying? If it's the right thing for you to come back to this person or to come back to this situation, okay? Let me go ahead and clarify this Eight of Cups, and we got the Ten of Wands because you felt like this situation was really weighing you down. It felt like a burden at that time. So maybe that represents a past situation for you, Leo, which now is causing you to be hesitant in your current situation. And like I said, maybe it's just because the timing isn't right. For some of you, maybe you just haven't gotten over this disappointment from this past situation. All right, guys. Moving forward to the future energy, we've got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups can represent having options, okay? Having your choice. So maybe that's why some of you are not ready, because you just know you're not ready, okay? But if not options, the Seven of Cups can also indicate illusion. So we have to be careful because we don't want to be in a situation where we're either fooling ourselves that it's something that it's not, or that someone else is fooling us, okay? But if it's not about options, it's about having choices. It's about reflecting on your situation, taking, an assessment of your relationship. For some of you, this can represent temptation. All right. The Seven of Cups is like a card of seduction. So let's go ahead and clarify to see, because the Seven of Cups is one of those cards where it could be so many different things. And what do we get? The Seven of Swords. So that narrows it down to me where I feel like this is a situation where either there's options and there's possible, sneaking around because you have these options, or it's a situation where someone is being manipulative, someone is lying to you, they are selling you a dream, or they're just, whatever they're telling you is not absolutely the truth, okay? Whether there's cheating involved or not. Moving on to what you want, some of you may be wanting a Scorpio, but if not, you want to kind of postpone things, okay? I think some of you know that the end is near for a situation, or you know that it's time to make a decision about a situation and you're not ready, so you're just kind of wanting a little bit more time. When we see the Death card in the reverse, it represents not wanting to change and not wanting to, make the transition. So, it could go back to this Hierophant card about not wanting to transition to that next level. So maybe some of you were proposed to, and for whatever reason you just feel like it's not quite the right time. All right, we clarify that, and we do get the Ten of Cups. So I do feel like, you do want the Ten of Cups. You do want happiness. Maybe you're just questioning whether that happiness is going to come with this particular person that you're dealing with. Okay. Um, moving on to what's driving you, your internal factors. We've got the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, as an internal factor, I look at it more as, is this like a sentimental type of a situation? You know what I'm saying? The page, it's a message of love, of course. You may have heard something, right? Like I said, this may be this proposal that you're deliberating whether you're going to accept or not, or whether you're going to make or not. But the Page of Cups also represents contemplation. Let's go ahead and clarify, because it's one of those cards also. We get the Queen of Cups in the reverse. What kind of combination is this? So with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, this represents a fear. It represents unrealistic fantasies. It represents, kind of maybe a little bit of turbulence. So when I see the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse, I feel like there's some unrealistic expectations here, possibly on your part, Leo. All right, which is what's leading into this future situation with these illusions and this, lack of the truth here. You've got the 2 sevens, the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. So there's definitely I feel like some wiggle room when it comes to the truth versus what is reality. And so you don't want that to start with you, but that's where it seems to be coming from, the fact that your expectations may be a little bit unrealistic, whether it's for this particular situation or whether it is for this particular person. Now, going back to the beginning with the 2 of Swords, this could also indicate you ignoring the fact, maybe you want to be proposed to, or you want to propose to someone, and you're ignoring the fact that maybe this other person isn't quite ready, or the timing just isn't right. All right, you're not seeing that. You're not seeing, you're not like learning from this past lesson of the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups, with the burden that you felt like walking away from, or the disappointment there. So Leo, you really, with this Death card in reverse here, being in the what you want section, it's like, are you willfully ignoring an aspect of your situation? All right, you got to ask yourself that question. Now, your advice card is the Empress, which is a good card. I feel like the Empress is advising us to be more loving, be more caring, exhibit that side of us. But the Empress is the Empress because she's in tune with herself, okay? She's in touch with herself. She's in touch with her intuition, and that attracts people to her, and that brings and draws people to her. So if you are not in touch with your intuition, as it shows here with this Queen of Cups, then you kind of want to get in touch with your intuition, because that will help you with being more realistic, okay? Go ahead and moving on to the external factor. We've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So some of you may be dealing with an Aries or a Pisces, okay? If not, some of you may be dealing with someone who is meddling in your relationship, okay? The Queen of Wands tends to be a meddler if she's not in the situation. So, like I said, some of you may have an older, maybe it's your mom or an older sister that's trying to give you advice, that's trying to help you. Maybe the advice is confusing you more than anything else, okay? For some of you, this Queen of Wands in reverse, though, can represent someone who is manipulating you. So if you're dealing with your partner, if that's, the things that you're being deaf, dumb, and blind to, the fact that this person is a little bit manipulating, all right, let's go ahead and clarify that. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. So when I see the 6 of Pentacles, it's about the equity in a relationship, and things are definitely unequal. Maybe this person feels like things are unequal in this situation. All right, and maybe you're not seeing the fact that this other person is not happy or unhappy with the fact that things are not fair and even between the two of you. Okay. For others on the outside looking in, someone could be looking at you and seeing you as being off balance as the Queen of Wands in reverse, and, you know, being a little bit controlling. Okay. Or a little bit manipulating with the Six of Pentacles. Moving on to your hopes and your fears, and we've got the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify that because that's one of those cards that can go either way. And we've got the Justice in reverse. So now I feel like this is a fear that this is going to just kind of drag out forever. It's a fear of, you know, not seeing things the way they're supposed to be seen, but also a fear of just a fear of things being unfair. Okay. And so for you, if you're the person in the situation that feels like you're on the short end of the stick, then you fear that that is going to continue. You fear that justice is not going to be served. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles is someone that takes a long time to commit. So for those of you who want commitment, you're dealing with someone, possibly a Taurus, who's taking a long time to arrive at that destination, and you're just like, how long is this going to go on? For others of you, you know, you're kind of bored. All right, you're fearing that whatever boredom, or maybe you're afraid that settling down equals boredom. Some people see that. They think that once you get married, everything ends and things are just going to be boring and you're just going to be like over the situation. All right, so that's your hope or your fear. Now we move to the outcome, and we've got the Fool in the reverse. So, you know, the Fool in reverse is a card of, you know, when I see the Fool in reverse, I see that, you know, you're being a little bit careless. You know, it's about being, once again, with the boredom, you know, causing you to just kind of do things that are out of your character and not necessarily the best choice. And it's just not being ready. Okay. The Fool is unprepared in the reverse. The Fool in the upright is just heading off to these new beginnings and ready for new things and ready for something new. In the reverse, I don't think he's quite as prepared for what he's going to encounter. He's still going off into that direction. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify that. And we got Judgment. So two major arcana together. The Fool in reverse and Judgment means that I don't think you're going to be prepared or ready for the decision that is made. Okay, now whether it's a decision that you make and you're not ready for the consequences, or it's a decision made by the other person and it's going to catch you unawares or off guard. All right, Leo. So for some of you, you know, either you're dealing with you could be dealing with an Aquarius or dealing with a Scorpio. Some of you, there may be choices here. Maybe there's different people that you're dealing with, and that's why it's difficult for you to make a choice. But you do know that you want happiness, and some of you, maybe this happiness is going to come with the Scorpio, and that's why the Death card is here. But there seems to be a decision that needs to be made, and you want to make sure you're making the right decision because, like I said, going into this future, we've got this, you know, this illusion and these trust issues and things of that nature. So you want to be careful, okay? Make sure you're making the right choice. All right, Leo, so that is your reading. At this point, I'm going to go into an extended reading where I pull more cards to get a little bit more information. And if you're interested in that, the links will be in the comments and also in the description bar. Also, if you like a personal reading, that's also all my information is in the description bar. You can contact me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com. And I'll see you guys at the next reading. Okay, Leo? Bye. All right, Gemini, so let's just go ahead and finish this out. I don't know why this video is just filled with interruptions, but I feel like maybe that's the point, that whatever it is going on with you, it's like you guys keep getting to a point where the connection just doesn't click or gets interrupted, but the bond underneath it is, you know, keeping you guys together, okay? Clarify that. We've got the Hangman, another major arcana, another, you know, card about making a decision. You know, it's like you guys are at a crossroads right now with the situation. And I think that with all this anxiety that's playing around here and all this frustration, I think you're just at your breaking point. All right, with this devil, I think it's becoming overwhelming for you, Gemini, and it's like it's time for you guys to make a decision about staying or going. I think that off again, on again, that time where there's a break doesn't offer you any relief, and you wind up back with this person, but at the same time, somebody in this situation is unavailable. For my singles, if it's a situation where you keep finding yourself attracted to people who are unavailable, that's leading you to anxiety because you're starting to question yourself and you're frustrated with this process of being single and dating and not finding anyone, or not finding anybody who will offer you the kind of stability and security that you want or that you're looking for. All right, but it's like a cycle. So once again, you've got to figure out how to break that cycle, and what is it that you're doing, with this Four Cups energy. What is it that you're doing to contribute to the cycle and the anxiety and how things are going? All right, guys, so at this point, this is where I will go into the extended reading, where I'll pull more clarifiers and more cards to get more details and more information. So you guys, there will be a link to my Patreon site where those videos will be available. And if you want a more personalized reading, you guys can contact me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com. All my information is in the description bar below this video, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye, Gemini.